let's move house. Again.
I just
Okay, nearly there. Forgive the masked beard. There's not much I can do about it, I'm afraid. I actually asked a professional makeup artist, a stylist, the other day on a film shoot, what I could do about avoiding masked beard, and she said, shave. Anyway, we're nearly there. It's just down this road here. Taking a break, drink some coffee, stop sweating before I go and meet the landlords in person. Super excited, but I'm also incredibly tired because I was packing until quite late last night. The little temporary apartment that I was staying in was very, very small, and I was trying to stick to COVID regulations and stuff, so I wasn't using the shared kitchen, and I didn't think it was worth buying a kettle just for 5 days because I'm so packed I couldn't bring it with me. It would have been a waste of money. So I was making coffee in my room on a little gas burner, a little gas camping stove. And as I was packing it down, I unscrewed it and it just exploded in this tiny little apartment. The gas canister erupted as I pulled the pin out of it, and it filled my little room, which is this big. Like, I can touch the walls on either side, and just suddenly filled the room with freezing cold butane. So what I had to do was open the window as wide as it would go, which is all the way, and then sleep with the window open, just so the room didn't smell of butane and so I didn't die, basically. And I woke up at 4:30 this morning, freezing cold. Had to unpack all of my gear again to find some clothes just to wrap around myself, and then just sit there and wait until the sun rose so that I could finally make my way to the new apartment. Let's go and have a look at the place.
Hello! Okay, I'm in. I've been here a couple of hours now. Had time to unpack some of my stuff, have a coffee, finally have a shower. Something I didn't mention about the last place is that it had a shared kitchen and a shared bathroom, and I was being super careful about COVID regulations. We had a case in our office, for example, and I was on a film shoot and stuff, so I've been extra careful because I didn't want anything to go wrong today. But it also meant that I was disgusting after staying in that little place for a little while. But I'm settling in, and I'd like to show you around. Let's take a look. Okay, this is the front door. I have about 15 different keys to memorize, and they all look identical. Here is my wee bathroom shower. Me in the mirror. Hello. An unnecessarily powerful hairdryer. I used it and I am lucky to have any hair left. Nothing particularly special in here, nothing very exciting to show you. This thing that looks like a power tool up here is my beard trimmer and is therefore technically a power tool, I guess. Let's go and look at the rest of the place. Okay, so it's just really a great big space. It's in a place called Wilmersdorf, which is like a posh bit of South Berlin. It's about 20 minutes out of the center, and it's super quiet. This building is owned by some architects. I met them a moment ago. The landlords are architects. And it's always a good sign if your landlord is an architect, because you know the place is going to be looked after and well designed. And this is pretty nice. Okay, over here we have this kind of living area thing. None of this stuff is mine. And although they asked me, there is someone living downstairs, I'm told. And they told me that it would be polite if I wouldn't wear shoes in the apartment in case they can hear it downstairs. So that's totally fine, obviously. But it's got these two massive speakers here. This whole thing is like a big sound system. If I'm not allowed to wear shoes, surely I cannot be playing my disgusting music out of a speaker of that capacity. But yeah, that's it. This is kind of, yeah, the little sitting area thing. I've traveled enough now to know that stereotypes are never really accurate. When I was in China, for example, none of the stereotypes I had about China proved to be true. In fact, quite the opposite. But some of the stereotypes about Germany are quite accurate, as much as it pains me to say it. If you Googled, show me a living room designed by German architects, this would be the first result. So yeah, here's this tree. I'm gonna have to remember to water that. Around here, a nice bookcase. Lots and lots of books about architecture, naturally. These are all mine. These are all kind of a couple of interesting vintage cameras that I've accrued in my time in Berlin already. They're really pretty. Look at this. This is my little Kodak Rednet. Really, really cool little rangefinder. Over here, some of the bigger SLRs. Listen to this. This is nuts. This is my favorite of all of these cameras. Listen. Wind it. Trigger. Listen to that. It sounds great, but the shutter on it is so powerful that the whole camera shakes when you hit the shutter, which means that I've used that and I've taken it out and I bought some film and I ran around Berlin shooting it, and all the pictures are crap because every time the shutter closes, the whole camera rattles, which means that it's an absolute piece of shit as a camera, but I love it to bits anyway. It's just like some really, really hardcore, deep metal Soviet engineering in that thing. And then down here, this is my 1952 Agfa Clack, very iconic little thing. Weighs absolutely nothing. It's completely empty in here. So all it is, the only weight of it is this kind of early plastic snakeskin outside and the lens, and then it's just an empty box. So it looks like it's a big solid thing, but it really isn't at all. But it's cool. I love this thing. Look at it. It's so stylish. Really nice. That's probably the most valuable thing on this shelf, apart from my actual new modern lenses here. Those are all worth a bit of money. This technically, this glass orb is a lens. Let's see if I can make it focus. No, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, over here is my little kitchen. Tiny bit smaller than the previous place, but nice and clean and modern. Got a washing machine, my long-suffering NutriBullet, and naturally, most important, coffee machine. Lugging a NutriBullet around in a suitcase is just, I don't advise it, because this thing weighs an absolute ton and it takes up huge amounts of space in your suitcase, which means that every time I move to a place, I stuff it full of like clothes and socks and stuff and then forget about it until I move to the next place. So I got in today and opened one of these up, which I don't use this, and found it was just full of pants from about 7 months ago when I moved into the previous place. Okay, let's look outside, shall we? This is what Berlin looks like. This is my view out onto the front road. And down there, cobbled street, this gorgeous kind of odd looking blue lodge thing over there, and then over that way, in the distance there, that's kind of like Berlin proper, just over the other side of the houses. Yeah, some glassware, not mine obviously, that was here when I got here. Funky lamp, naturally. Out here, another look out the window. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of a posh area, like I said. It's all full of like expensive German cars. I think everybody here, everybody on this street is an architect. Here's another one of this huge speaker as well. I'm going to try to find a way to plug it into my laptop so that I can actually fill this kind of space. As you might be able to hear, it's a bit echoey and it seems a bit of a waste to just sit at my desk and have headphones on the whole time. So I might try to get it linked up somehow, some clever wireless way to my laptops and stuff. Speaking of which, this is the work area, the kind of little creative space that I've built out here. It looks really good. I'm really happy with this. This is really what I had in mind. Looks quite complicated at the moment, but this is going to be a good productive workspace. This is something I'm working on for work. Looking really good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch screens here. I swear, look at the state of this as well. Like, look at all of this nonsense. One day I will figure out how to organize my cables better. It's no exaggeration. I swear this is true. 60%, at least 60% of any creative job is organizing cables and hard drives. Like, I swear to, if you can manage your cable system, you're halfway to becoming a creative director. Congratulations. What I really love about this space though is this, that it goes all the way up. It's about 5-meter ceiling up there, and it's just full of light. And one of the problems I was having looking for somewhere nice to live in Berlin is that you can get kind of a bog standard 1-bedroomed apartment in a high-rise in the center of Berlin for the same kind of money as this place, or cheaper. But they all look exactly the same. Nothing has the kind of weird layout like this has, which gives it a bit of character, which is worth its weight in gold to me. And this is the only place I could find within my budget that kind of had something a little bit different about it. One tiny flaw I've noticed with this big, huge space though, is that if you look here, that's where the fire alarm is. I'm sure it doesn't come across in the camera, but this is as high as I can reach. So if that thing goes off, I'm gonna have to throw a shoe at it or something. Architects, didn't think of that, did they? Okay, and then from the kind of sitting area thing, this big space, the bed area, look at this gorgeous, huge window all the way along. Oh, so good. And then around the corner here is a kind of like little sleeping area, sleeping arrangement, which is just perfect. It's kind of tucked away around the corner, but it's still part of the whole space. Some half-decent art on the walls, that's always nice. Huge wardrobe full of soft, warm things. Towels and bedclothes and my stuff. And again in here, just simple stuff. You can tell that when I was unpacking, I got to about there, then I got really impatient, and then I just put everything in a pile there, like a grown-up. Yeah, so let's go and take a look outside. This is the back area. Really nice, super quiet all the way along. Oh, this is all me, this whole thing. Gorgeous. It's kind of private. There are some houses quite far away. You can probably make out that one, but there's some houses behind the row of trees over there. But yeah, for a place in South Berlin, it's surprisingly private. So that's it. What else? Oh yeah, secret thing. Okay, so up here, I saw this when I was looking at the photos of the place, and I just thought it was maybe some kind of storage area. But when the landlord came to let me in and I had a chance to have a conversation with him, he showed me that you can fix a ladder to that and you can go up there, and it's all wired, it's all electrical. And he told me that if I wanted to, I could put a bed in there, which means that maybe if I'm hosting, maybe for Christmas or something, I can stick an extra bed up here, find a way to scale up it, maybe climb up the bookcase. Much more space than I thought I was going to have. So yeah, that's it, that's the place. That is the new apartment. This is what €1,600 a month will buy you in Berlin. It's really, really nice. Thank you for taking a tour with me, and I'll see you next time.